ever wondered what is in the feed you might be feeding your animal, or the ingredients that are in your soap, or makeup, or paint? I think you'll be surprised to hear that some of these ingredients come from the same place. Hi, my name is Ashley Gocknauer. I am 16 years old and in the Clover Club. It is my 7th year in 4-H. Americans eat a lot of different animal products like eggs, chicken, beef, and dairy are eaten each and every day. But we don't eat the entire egg or every bit of chicken that your mom made for dinner. The extra stuff goes into the trash. Now think about a farm for a minute. Every year, over 4 million cattle and up to 100 million chickens die. This can be a big problem for the farmers and ranchers. In America, there are perishable materials produced by farmers, food processing plants, restaurants, and supermarkets. What can be done? One option is to throw it all in the trash with everything else. This is a bad idea. Animal flesh is perishable, which can actually contaminate water and soil when they decompose. And there are 59 billion pounds of animal products. Dumping this into a landfill would fill up too quickly. Another reason why this is a bad idea is it would create more methane gas, which is harmful to our air. You can't bury the carcasses either. Finding space to bury 59 billion pounds would be way too hard, and we really don't have the space for that. You can compost it like you compost vegetables, but you would need an enormous amount of space, and you'd run the risk of spreading diseases. You can't cremate the remains either, as it would harm our environment. So, what can be done? Since 1913, the Sacramento rendering plant has been solving this problem. They take unprocessed animal remains and recycle their waste, turning them into things we use in our daily lives. This is called rendering and is one of the most heavily regulated industries in our state. What is the process? Here's how rendering works. Rendering companies collect animal remains. These can be from farmers, slaughterhouses, even meat supermarkets that are past their sale-by date. Here in Sacramento, they also collect cooking oil. All the restaurants that make fried chicken give their used oil to the plant. All of this is brought to the rendering plant. The first stage is to apply heat. All the material is cooked almost at 300 degrees. This kills any bacteria that might be present. It even kills anthrax, which is known to serve harsh conditions. The second stage is to remove moisture. This is done by dehydrating the remains in batches. This is also important because the bacteria cannot grow without moisture. The result of this is the third stage, which is where the fat separates from the protein. At this point, the Sacramento rendering plant sends the fat and protein off to be used in different ways. The protein is pressed into a cake and milled like grain. The protein has a lot of good ingredients in it like calcium and vitamin B12. These good ingredients make excellent animal feed. Some of the fat is sent to go into animal feed but can be used in different ways. It goes into soaps, glues, paints, and rubber products. But don't be alarmed, these products have been rendered so they are safe to use. The hides of the animals are also used. As you know, people have been rendering hides for a very long time. Today, the Sacramento rendering plant sells their hides to manufacturers, which turn them into leather, garments, shoes, and upholstery. What about the smell? When the Sacramento rendering plant moved to its current location in 1955, they were in the middle of nowhere. Although now, houses are being built closer and closer. The rendering plant actually burns the exhaust air before sending them into the vent stacks. But because of the complaints of the neighbors, the plant is looking to move in the next 10 years, hopefully for the last time. In conclusion, the rendering is a necessary industry. It helps our environment by disposing of animal remains, it keeps our air clean, and keeps the diseases down. It also gives us products like pet and animal feed, soaps, glues, and leather products are just a few things the rendering contributes to. The rendering is an ultimate recycling and actually reuses over 59 billion products per year. So, when you smell something strange, you won't wonder what it's from. It's a Sacramento rendering plant reusing these products and doing this for our public and animal health. My source on this presentation was a detailed brochure that I got when we visited. Thanks for listening.